tried by the Nuremberg Tribunal as a major war criminal, he was acquitted. At a meeting in July 1934, Hitler asked Schacht if he would also head up the German economics ministry. "Before one take office, I should like to know how you wish me to deal with the Jewish question," Schacht asked. "In economic matters, the Jews can carry on exactly as they have done up to now," replied Hitler. In 1936, for example, 3 years after Hitler took power, the Warburg Bank in Hamburg was still profitable. Among other lucrative connections, it was still disbursing interest payments to bondholders for the giant Friedrich Krupp Company of Essen. As Sigmund Warburg wrote in July 1936, MMW and Company are still remarkably unto, and sold there. Money from the sale of these goods went to the migrating Jews. About 10% of German Jewry emigrated through the Havara deal, which benefited Jewish emigrants, helped overcome the anti-German boycott, and immensely strengthened the Zionist community in Palestine. Moreover, it enriched Max Warburg's bank, which served as conduit for 3/4 of Havara funds. Until 1938, Max Warburg benefited from his cordial personal relationship with Dr. Schacht. But as Schacht's influence with Hitler waned, so did Warburg's position in German business. As German corporations were Aryanized, Warburg was forced to substitute a trusted non-Jewish company employee for himself on the 100 or so corporate boards on which he held a seat. When the Warburg Bank itself was Aryanized in May 1938, an era that began in 1798 seemingly came to an end. The firm was turned over to a non-Jewish employee, Rudolf Brinkmann, and Max Warburg left his Hamburg office for the last time. A short while later he left Germany forever, dying in 1946 in the United States. The firm's traditional name lingered until 1941, when it was changed to Brinkmann, Wirtz and Company. As I'm not writing a history book, but telling a story, I'm going to spare you page after page of mind-numbing facts, people, places, and dates. There are many other books on the subject matter of banking, including the families behind the money. What I am trying to show you are the connections that exist between our present president, our former president, and their connections going back to the early part of the 20th century. And it is important to realize that when you look at the Bush family, including our president, you are seeing a dynasty that has not only foreseen these times we live in today, but are part of a network of people and organizations that have made our history. Who's in charge? At this point in my story I'd like to talk about who is in charge, and not just of the United States, but in charge of everything.